Welcome to Hoops Roundup with your host, Randy Silver, where we break down the biggest sports stories for you daily from the game we love, basketball. Today we have FIBA World Cup Day 2 recap. We put out the Day 1 recap yesterday, so you can go back and look at that. It's be popping up right now, or it's in the bio. But today we're going to focus on Day 2, the biggest game of Day 2 that we care about here in America. USA played New Zealand. We'll go over all the games. I just put out a whole live stream of USA New Zealand. It's in the bio. Hopefully it's popping up right now too. So you can look at the full in-depth recap. We go into it. But let's take over a high-level recap for you here. This was your starting five for the USA. Bridges, Ingram, Edwards, Brunson, and Jackson Jr. This was the same starting five all of the tune-up games. So good to see the continuity. Head coach is Steve Kerr. On the bench, you got Halliburton, Johnson, Banchero, Portis Jr., Hart, Kessler, and Reeves. A good mix and match of shooters, athletic players, and big men in the paint. We went into halftime leading by 9, 45-36. However, we did not start the game well. We were down like 15-5. They went on a 9-0 run. We looked like we had not played in a World Cup before, which most of these players, I think all of them have not played in the senior international game before. The whole crowd being Manila. So it took a little bit to get into the game. And then once we found our flow, we really propelled. New Zealand also started the game very well, shot well, created some turnovers. As the game went on, we really were able to perform and outperform them as you would expect. Key players going into halftime, Edwards had 10, while Delaney for New Zealand had 6. End of the game, we won 99-72. Our transition, our rebounding, our shot making was better than theirs. In addition, our team depth was just outmatched New Zealand. When their second team came in, there was a massive drop-off. We created a lot of turnovers. They weren't making shots. Their starters got tired as they had to play a lot of minutes to try to keep up, and that led to our victory. Banchero got player of the game. He led the USA with 21 points. Edwards with 14. Jackson Jr. with 12. For New Zealand, Te Rangi, 15. Ili, 12. Delaney, 12. In terms of team stats, we had 23 assists, New Zealand's 13. 41 rebounds, New Zealand's 33. And turnovers, 19-19. This will be a focal point for Steve Kerr. Too many turnovers. As a Warriors fan, you see I got Draymond and I got Curry. We turn the ball over a lot. It's part of the offense that they run, but you got to minimize it. If they can get sub 10, it's a good number. 19 is too high, so this gives Steve Kerr and the coaching staff something to talk about. And also the start of the game is something for them to talk about as well. Other just quick stats for you. Look at 2-point percentage, 66%. Very good. A lot of our shots were dunks, layups in the paint. We were making some good pop shots in there. 3 points, 44%, 8 for 18. Very solid outing. We got to the free throw line 27 times. Fantastic. Only gave up 12 free throws, which is good, and held their shooting to 32% 3, 39% from 2. So that's a pretty good outing across the board. So that's your Team USA recap. Again, go look at the video of the full recap. We dive much more in depth with everything for you. Let's show you the rest of the games. South Sudan lost to Puerto Rico, 96-101. Cape Verde lost to Georgia, 68-5. Jordan lost to Greece, 71-92. This is the other teams in our group. We'll talk about that in a second. Iran lost to Brazil, 59-100. Slovenia beat Venezuela, 100-85. And Luka had himself a game. We'll dive into that. Serbia beat China, 105-63. As we talked about, the U.S. beat New Zealand 99-72. And world number 1, Spain, beat Cote d'Ivoire 94-64. So let's look at the groups. And now after match day 1 is done, what does it look like? So again, all the teams have now played game 1. Game 2 start tomorrow, Sunday. USA's game 2 will be Monday. Here's your group 1. Italy leads the group. You get 2 points for a win. If you lose, it's just 1 point. Just so you're aware, you're asking why if they've lost, they have 1 point. That's how it works. Serbia leads Group 2. How you decide if they both have 1 win, it's based off of plus-minus differential. That's points differential, so plus 42. That means that they won. That's why you see China's minus 42 based off of the score of the game. USA's differential is 27. They lead Greece 27-21. So if you do watch these games, you see people trying to run up the score at the end of the game. They're not trying to run up the score, but every point matters. They're not just going to dribble out because it really can come down to the end. Greece does not have Giannis with them, and so should be a win. They do have the other Ankanu brother, Thanos, but they don't have Giannis because he got off-season knee surgery. Lithuania is leading Group D. Australia is leading Group E. Georgia is leading Group F. Brazil is leading Group G. Again, point differential. Even though Spain won, Brazil won by 41. So you expect Spain to have the same type of differential against Iran. But right now, it's going to come down to Spain and Brazil in that group and who's going to win that game. And then Latvia is winning Canada. Again, point differential there. So some key games to show you. We have to talk about Luka. He's going to be an MVP of the NBA in the next 2-3 years if he plays a little bit better defense. But we know his offensive ability is unbelievable. Plus 39% efficiency. Unbelievable. 37 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Just an absolute stellar storyline. Of course, Venezuela's not the best team, but you still got to do it. He does this on the NBA all the time, so it's not surprising. A very well-rounded game by Luka. In addition, he looked skinnier and more in shape playing. He didn't seem like he was as bulky. Should really help him in this game and overall in the tournament in the NBA, be able to be healthier throughout the whole season. If you want to look at the quick box score, here's Slovenia's box score. You can see that the collective team was really led by Toby, Prpelic, and Luka. Everyone else really didn't do too much scoring, but when Luka gives you 37, you don't need to do a lot. When you look at Venezuela, no other player had above 16, but they had a couple people in double digits. It's a good team win for Slovenia. We can see here the game was pretty close, and then in the second quarter they took over, got relatively close around halftime, and then Slovenia pulled away. We already talked about U.S. New Zealand. Just want to show you the chart as well. When we look at the team comparison, as I talked about in the first half, in the first quarter, New Zealand really picked it up, played well. It took us a while to get out of the gates, and then we got close by the end of the first quarter, and then basically took the lead and then took it away from there. So go watch that video for more comprehensive. And then Spain, world's number 1. Plus 21 efficiency for Hernan Gomez and plus 13 efficiency for Abodo, your 2 stars of the game from each team. When we look at the team comparison, Spain was never losing. When you look at the time leading, 39-47, that means that the 13 seconds it was tied 0-0. Spain was never losing this game. When you look at the stats, everything points to that as well. Cote d'Ivoire is known more as a soccer nation than the basketball nation, so not crazy out of the world that you expect that. So that is your overall day 2 recap. Again, we go over these daily to show you what's happening between each team. So now you got day 2 recap. We already did day 1 recap. Tomorrow will be day 3. So go ahead and subscribe to hear Randy Silver TV. Hoops Roundup is here every day, so we'll give you the FIBA World Cup. We also do NBA highlights, NBA recaps, big storylines. If you care about MMA, you care about NFL, college football, you care about global football, global soccer, we have all these different roundup shows for you, plus much, much more on Randy Silver TV, so take a look at it. Congrats to USA, getting the W, good team win. We'll move on Monday to play Greece, and then we play Jordan on Wednesday. And we'll be back for all those recaps when we do specific ones for USA, the daily recaps for you. Thank you for watching. Hoops Roundup, out.